Begin tonight with a visit to a thieves' market where they sell personal identities, any identity. Yours could be one of them, and you won't know until the bills come in and your bank won't let you check your account. Rowan Wen on how we're all at risk and what we can do to protect ourselves.
If you don't use the internet safely, it's like leaving your house unlocked.
Within half an hour or less, he had enough information to convince the bank he was me.
It happens once every 4 seconds. That's how often someone around the world uses stolen credit card details to make a purchase. And internet fraud is costing Australians alone $6 billion a year.
Crime's always been there, fraud's always been there. It's just now there's a good opportunity for more organised crime.
Tonight, in a groundbreaking global investigation, we'll show you how crime gangs are using the internet to steal all over the world.
They just used it in Australia.
Keith Morrell works in the internet security business, so you can imagine his surprise when his own bank account was hacked into and his password was changed by a cyber criminal.
And I couldn't get into it. It was locked.
Banks often ask you questions about yourself in order to verify your identity. So how did the criminal obtain enough information about Keith to be able to fool the bank? Well, the answer lies online.
If you can just ring up the bank and give them details over the phone, like they might ask the birthday, your mother's maiden name, all of those usual kind of security questions, all of those things can be found out probably through the internet.
Eric Kesser is a computer network security analyst. He says with chat rooms, government sites, retail sites and MySpace pages, more and more of our personal information can be found online.
As we've become bigger users of the internet and started to use it for buying and our financial transactions and so on, we've made available a lot of personal information about ourselves.
And he says shopping online is one of the biggest threats to internet security.
When we buy online, obviously we disclose our credit cards, address details and our names.
In secret chat rooms that operate in cyberspace, that information is routinely sold to cyber thieves.
There's 175 hackers in this room, and right now they're buying and selling personal identities.
Recently, our sister station, NBC in America, visited one of these chat rooms and offered to sell what they said were stolen credit card numbers. In fact, they were real credit cards owned by the network. Within minutes, cyber criminals had bought the numbers and were using the card details to buy products online.
There's been one authorization for $306.28.
Wow.
They've also hit it for $99.95.
So it's a $1,000 credit line. They've already eaten half of it up.
Yeah.
The cards were used by cyber criminals in Tunisia, Malta, Turkey, Romania, Macedonia, Latvia, Spain, Nigeria, Indonesia, Singapore, the Philippines, Chicago, New York, France, Germany, Italy, and Australia. So where are all the stolen goods going? Well, in America, like in most countries, a lot of businesses refuse to ship overseas. So foreign criminals have to get Americans to receive the goods bought from American businesses and resend them overseas. And as the investigation team found out, the internet makes it easy for the criminals once again. First, the team set up a fake online electrical store and advertised in a chat room that was used by cyber criminals. The crims started buying from the business within minutes. Then the reporter posed as a delivery man and tracked the goods to addresses in the US, like this home in Pennsylvania.
Looks like it's Xbox 360.
I don't know where all this is coming from.
So what's going on? Well, authorities say some crooks have packages delivered to other people's addresses, especially when they think those people are going to be away. But sometimes the cyber crims know the people.
Hi, how are you?
At this address in Washington, Angela Keita refused to take a package that was addressed to a Paul Desmond.
I'm not going to accept anything because I don't know for sure that it wasn't purchased with a stolen card.
A stolen card.
And I didn't order these things.
It turned out Angela had been warned by police that Paul Desmond was using stolen credit cards to make dozens of illegal purchases. And who is Paul Desmond?
Paul Desmond is my fiancé.
Angela had met Paul online, and pretty soon he asked her to marry him. He also asked her to receive electrical goods for him and mail them on to South Africa. It wasn't until she was contacted by authorities that the single mother realised it was a scam. And across the country in California, another single mum, Vicky Bebo, was also helping out a fiancé called Paul. She also met her Paul, who it turns out is the same Paul, over the internet and was sending packages overseas for him too.
No, right now he lives in London, but he's going to be coming.
Oh, in London.
Yeah, he's going to be here in January.
But the saddest story revealed was that of Jeff Ball. While online, he met someone who called herself Wendy Kenson. These are supposed to be photos of her, and Jeff revealed the pair had plans.
She's going to be my wife.
Oh, so Wendy's your wife? Oh, that's great. Gonna be.
Jeff had never met Wendy, but he agreed to help her run her electrical business in South Africa, and the business was supposedly expanding.
And that's why she's in Australia.
Oh, I see.
In Australia.
In Australia, too.
Wendy is also meant to be a prize-winning model.
She just finished a competition in Australia, too, so she just got $80,000.
Finally, the program revealed to Jeff that he'd been conned into helping a criminal and that Wendy probably didn't exist. It was an expensive mistake because Jeff has spent $40,000 of his own money to do the reshipping.
They've been checking everything.
So what can you do to protect yourself from cyber criminals?
The majority of attacks on computer systems are against the home user themselves.
Online security expert Eric Kessler says we should all take the following steps. We should keep antivirus software up to date. We should also read privacy statements, and we should monitor our bank accounts to make sure money isn't disappearing. Finally, if you're getting rid of an old computer, you should always smash the hard drive because information will still be stored on it. But sadly, as victim Keith Morrell discovered, even doing all that won't guarantee your safety.
I did everything I could to protect myself and still I got stung.
Rowan Wen on the frightening and frustrating effects of identity theft.